One. Good morning, the AD podcast. Now in February, talking all things Lebanon Warriors with AD Keith Pantling. Keith, how are we doing this morning?
We're doing great. 2 weeks from the start of spring sports practices. We're in the thick of the postseason for winter. The draws are happening. We've had ECC events over the weekend, and after those start the OHSAA events, and we got a signing day on Wednesday. So it's a happening time in February.
Yep, it's and it always makes it a little more hop in your step when the sun's out, and we've got a whole weekend of sun in February in Ohio. So good things ahead, hopefully.
We love it. Yep.
Let's start today's show with boys basketball. They wrap the regular season up on Friday, hosting the Spartans from Turpin, and then they have their seed meeting next weekend. So a good season. The ECC's been tough. It's been a grind this year, and it'll be fun to see how the seeding meeting goes next weekend.
Yeah, so they go north, right around number 10 right now in terms of the RPI, and we'll see where things shake out. One more game on Friday, a final home game. We actually had our senior night this past Friday because our cheerleaders head out to nationals in Florida this coming weekend. So one more home game before that draw, and we head to the postseason. As you mentioned, our conference, every game's different.
Yes.
There's so little margin for error. You have to shoot the ball well. You have to every possession, every rebound. You don't know which play is going to be the biggest play. And you got to keep those games tight and hit shots when you have them. And ran into a really tough Little Miami team, which I spent some time over there. They got some really good talent and some basketball only kids that have really sharpened their skills, play really well as a team. So another tough matchup for us. Had an opportunity there late, and they made some shots that we didn't. So try to end it on a positive note here with Turpin. We have a large senior class. It's a great group of kids, so really pushing for them to make a run here and go out with a bang, so to speak.
Yeah, it sounds good. Best of luck with them, and hopefully the seed meeting goes well next weekend. Let's go to the girls' side. Boy, they're on a roll here. They've won 3 straight. I know their seed meeting was yesterday. Looks like they're playing ECC rival Loveland Tigers at Lakota East on Saturday, February 17th. So, but team's on a roll.
Playing great basketball. I think they're up to now 6-7. I think they finished with 16 or 17 wins. They were happy with the seed meeting to get the winner of Goshen and Edgewood if they can get past Loveland. And then you kind of run into a buzzsaw there with top-ranked Mason, but we did give them a run for their money in our first game of the season. And so potentially having Jordan Moeller back, who's out with an injury by the time we get to that date, is something that I think they viewed as a positive. So, just see if we can't continue. Got a big layoff here, got to stay sharp. But yeah, it's postseason time, and they've had a great season, and looking forward to what they can do here, heading to Lakota East. So hopefully we can get some people hop on I-75, head down there and support the girls as we get rolling in the postseason.
Yeah, it's best of luck to them. It's been a great season, and hopefully it continues. Let's go to the lanes. Let's talk bowling. Boy, what a season they're having. They've got a couple matches this week at Turpin tonight, and then play Monroe on Thursday, and ECC championship on the 16th. But they're just having another great season. Currently 13-1 on the boys' side, and just doing great things.
Yeah, I was checking in with coaches yesterday. I believe they're both heading to Crossgate for their sectionals, which come up on the 20th and 22nd of February. And as you mentioned, next Friday, half of the final standings for the ECC comes down to that event on I think it's the 16th is Friday. Yeah, Friday the 16th. That bowling championship out at Fairfield Roll House that starts at noon. So we actually run that for the ECC. So we'll be out there coordinating that function. And, it comes down to that one day because it's going to be splitting hairs along the top. And that's half the points for the final standing. So they've had a great run. Hopefully can finish off strong here and go into that. Boys, I know, are tied atop the standings. Girls are just a game back. and that could launch them forward if they have a good day that day at the ECC. So yeah, it's that time of year where we're heading right into the postseason, and as I always say, to be having meaningful games and matches in February is awesome for our kids. So
Yeah, best of luck. Best of luck to them as this thing is close, and best of luck during those championship runs there. Let's go to cheer and dance. They had the ECC championship at West Claremont this past weekend.
yeah, so dance did awesome. They finished second in one category, first in another. Just heard it was absolutely awesome. We were actually hosting a wrestling event here, so I didn't get out there. Kaylin went out and supported. West Claremont did a great job hosting. Just heard it was absolutely awesome. And then our competition cheer team heads to nationals this week. They leave on Wednesday for Orlando, so we're really excited about that. They weren't able to place. They only did an exhibition routine at the ECCs because they do building in their performance versus it was strictly a non-building event. So they were able to still go and excite the crowd and won an award just for their routine, even though they couldn't place in the event. So just really proud of them, all the work they put in, and it kind of culminates this week when they get to take that trip down to Florida, and the parents, the kids, everyone works so hard, and this is kind of their year-round thing. They try out in like April because it's not guarded kind of by the OHSAA. So they've been together for a long time, and especially for those seniors, this is kind of a culminating event for them to just go have a good time and see where the things fall in against the best of the best in Orlando. So I know it's a great event that they love attending.
Well, that's going to be exciting. Well, best of luck, safe travels, and I hope they have great success down in Orlando. Let's dive into the pool and talk swimming. I know we're definitely starting tournament time for the swimmers with sectionals, I believe, start Friday. So let's talk a little bit about swimming.
Yeah, so swimming girls sectional, they head to Mason on Saturday, and Friday the boys go north to Centerville. So they'll be there this Friday night at 6:30. Yeah, so that's where we're at. I mean, it's sectionals are here, and you don't swim the next week if you don't clear through the districts. So they know where they're at. We talk about that taper all the time on here, and they're in position to swim their best times this weekend.
Yeah, well, best of luck to them at Mason and Centerville, and hope they advance, and we can talk about some of them next week. Let's wrap up the team review. Let's talk wrestling.
Wrestling is they go in all different directions all the time. It was another great weekend for us. I know JV went and won the Little Miami Invitational. Our boys were kind of low key this weekend, and then our girls, we hosted the regional one of the regional brackets for the state dual tournament.
Nice.
And they topped we were the 2 seed. We defeated Lakota West, the 7 seed, and then topped Centerville 48-36, who was the 3 seed, and we were able to advance to the state final 8 next week at Marysville.
Nice.
So it's an exciting time for the girls. And then the boys, we host the sectional on the 27th. So we had that draw over the weekend. We have a really tough group of teams coming here to our sectional. You talk about teams like Springboro, Mason, Elder, just a really deep sectional that we're going to host there on the 27th. But before that, we'll go to the ECCs next weekend. Man, it's like it gets cranked up this time of year for wrestling. That's for sure.
Yeah, it looks like Loveland is hosting the ECC this year. So
Yep.
best of luck to the wrestlers as things get crazy this time of year for them. I know you wanted to wrap just to mention signing day on Wednesday. I think you had 12 student athletes that are signing, and that's just fantastic.
Yeah, we have we're still collecting some names and things. Some kids kind of push it off and wait till the spring. But we have one Division I student signing. That's Calvin Kilgallen, who's going to run track and field at the University of Cincinnati. Kated Bender is going Division II for football to Ashland. And then we have a long list of Division III and NAIA students that we're going to celebrate as well this week. And then we'll have one more in the spring that collects kind of all those that are determining what they want to do after this year. But yeah, it's certainly an exciting time. And as I mentioned, we go right from that to all this postseason action. And you mentioned the weather, trying to get outside and get spring sports rolling. So certainly a busy time here in Warrior Land, and just keep rocking and rolling.
Yeah, it sounds great. We'll do our last winter podcast next week, try to wrap up all the regular seasons, get everybody communicated what's going on tournament wise, and then we'll be back mid-March to get all the spring shows started. But Keith, thanks for your time. Best of luck to all the Warriors this week, and I hope you have a great week, and we'll touch base next Monday.
Yeah, appreciate you lining these up. It's a great opportunity to quickly summarize what's going on here, and for our folks to get an idea of where we're at with everything. And it keeps me from having to spend 3 hours doing a write-up. So appreciate it. Hopefully people enjoy it, and thanks for all your help.
Sounds great, Keith. Have a good week. Talk to you next week.
Take care.